Hello, it's me, Dave, and I haven't posted for a few days, so I thought I'd just share some thoughts. This channel is going to be, or is mostly devoted to my journey as a community builder, as a brand builder in the English learning space. What I do, of course, is very relevant to languages, but also broader academic subjects, whether that's history, maths, science, whatever. Where there's a big demand for it, I think the community space is rapidly growing, e-learning is rapidly growing, and more people are turning to communities as a medium to get information, to share, to connect, and I really love the space. So I've learned a lot, and this video is just going to be some thoughts about if I were to start over again, how would I get the most people to join my community fastest? Because there are many different ways you can go about this, and I didn't know this when I started, but if I was to go back and tell my former self, Dave, do this, I would have seen faster results, I'm sure. So one thing I would suggest, if you are new to the community space, or if you're interested in starting a community, maybe you're a teacher, or just in any field, any hobby, any subject, any area where there's a demand for something, a community could be a good place. I wouldn't suggest communities for everyone, but absolutely academic subjects could be really good. And I found, at least with English, it has been really great for our members. So what the important thing here is, if you're starting with no social media following, if you don't have many people you can invite in to begin with, you are going to need to do cold outreach, which means messaging people online. You can do this through Instagram, through LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever platform you're most familiar with. Some platforms are better than others for certain niches, like English learning. I tend to find that Instagram is our largest following, and we speak more with people on there. Most of our members come from Instagram as we were growing. Since we switched from free to paid, it's varied, it's more varied now. But when it was free, Instagram was a great source of new members. So I just kind of said what to do there is, if you don't have the big following where you can just funnel people to your community, I suggest making it free. Don't charge money to begin with. It probably won't be very good when you start out. You're going to have to do a lot of work to make it to a standard where people will want to part with their cash, unless you are someone who has very unique knowledge, where all you would need to do is charge money to do like video calls or something, and people could ask you questions. But in most cases, definitely academic subjects, you're going to want to utilize the classroom, add lessons, just like videos like this or PPTs, whatever. And that will be a great place for self-study. You can offer homework tasks where people can post in the community. You can give feedback, and that's just a great thing for an academic subject at the very least. So make it free. While you're building it, invite people in, reach out to them on Instagram, on LinkedIn. I suggest making a video. Don't just send it via text. Actually make a video of you talking, introducing who you are and what you have. And if they're interested, they can just say, yes, I'm interested. And you can send them the link to join. And you're just going to get some engaged members that way. What they do, they might not be giving you money, but what they do is give you incredible, valuable feedback. They will tell you what they like, what they want, what they don't like, what they don't want. And with that, you can refine and build your community to be something that's special, that new members would be very happy to pay money for, because it's now of a quality that it justifies paying for. Whereas in the beginning, again, unless you have specific knowledge, it doesn't really justify that. So make it free. I would suggest making it free depending on how much work you put in. Like if you're doing cold outreach, sending messages to people every day for 2 hours, you're going to get a lot more people coming in faster than if you just do it once a week for an hour. So you can do this faster. The more you do it, the quicker you'll get results. When you hit a threshold of about, I would say at least 500 members, I think probably sounds quite a lot, but actually you will find not everyone will be engaged. You might only have 5 or 10% of the people actively using it. Other people are more passive. You will see them come in, they might read things, they might like things, but they don't really contribute, which is fine. But you will notice when you switch from free to paid, which is the model that I prefer, but I know some other communities will have 2 communities. One is free, one is paid. The free one acts as a kind of lead magnet, and then they sell the paid one to members of this one. Not for academic subjects. I wouldn't do that for academic subjects. And I hit the crossroads a few months ago where I had to choose, do I continue to keep this free and make a new one like a VIP, or should I just switch this one from free to paid? I chose free to paid, and that was the best decision I made, having 2 communities, and this one was already very good. But to have another one and do all that work again and then have to do it like in a different way, I just think that would have been a bit too overwhelming and unnecessary. So for you, if you're in this situation now, or you might now come up to it, I can tell you, just switch from free to paid, hit a threshold. Don't go crazy expensive to begin with. Some people I see are putting like really high ticket monthly costs, not really high ticket, but relatively high ticket. You know, it might be like $100, $99 a month. It's quite expensive. A lot of people, they're not, unless again, it's very specific knowledge you're giving them where they can use that to make money directly or something. In the education space, in e-learning, languages, academic subjects, make it affordable, and you can gradually increase your price as demand increases. And if your community is good enough, people in your community will recommend your community to friends, to family members, and that's testament to a good place if people are recommending you, which fortunately with us, we have had members recommend us and bring in other members from their social circles, from their families, and that just makes me very happy to know that they believe it to be such a good place that they can do that. Because if it wasn't all that, if it was just so, no one would recommend it, would they? So yeah, do that. Use the feedback. That's your money for the first few hundred members, the feedback that they will give you. Use questionnaires, ask them directly, what do you like? What do you want to see? How can I help you? Be really attentive, be really sincere, build what they want, but take the reins. You don't want it to be a free-for-all. You're still the manager. You still need to make these big decisions to do this, do that. You can't include everything, but if you see a common theme among members that a lot of them are saying they want more of this, go for it, do it, because not only do they want it, but new members who come in will also benefit from that. If something's not really doing too well and you're spending a lot of time on it or whatever, and no one's really bothered about it, you can let that go. There's always a place in the future for it, perhaps, if you change direction, but your biggest asset right now is your time, and use that wisely, and the better you use that, the faster the results will be, the better results your members will get, and just generally you'll feel better. You're not going to feel overworked and burned out about spending so much time and energy and in some cases money. If you are already stumped for time, you might outsource video editing, whatever it is. This can add up. So it's good to have a strategy. It's good to think about these things. I wish I knew all of this before I started, but the way to do it is to just go in and learn, which I have. And so if anyone out there is interested in this, would like some information, some insights, some tips, some what to do's, what not to do's, then yeah, just drop me a message. I'll be happy to discuss and share any insights. And of course, if there's anything specific you'd like me to cover in a future video, then yeah, just let me know in the comments and I'll read them all and comment to anyone who comments. Right now the channel's very small, but I do hope to add consistently to this. I know the e-learning space is already massive, but it's rapidly growing. I'm a top 1% community builder on Skool, so I feel like I'm in a position at least where I can speak about it from real experience, from authority and trust, and you can go and check out the community to see that for yourself. And also you can check out my social medias, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. But I'll leave it there then, guys. Thank you for listening, anyone who's there. Have a wonderful time, a wonderful day. It's the weekend here now, so I'm going to go and enjoy my weekend and back to the big grind on Monday, back in the office. So have a good time, guys. Thank you, and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.